Hi guys, Mrs. Cook here. So we just finished the unit about angles and circles and I guess not circles, just angles and triangles. We are now going to be going on to the volume and what that looks like. But before we do that, we need to review some things from 7th grade. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the radius of a circle. So what the radius is, it's from the center and we just draw a line all the way to the outside. Radius, center, all the way to the outside. There's another radius, center, all the way to the outside. Those are all radius. Now, something cool about all these radiuses is they are all the exact same length because they're all from the center going to the outside. Our next word we're going to use is diameter. So our diameter, I'm going to erase these radius, is it's going to go through the center, connecting the two sides. So I'm going to just make a straight line, go through the center, connecting the two. Now notice how we have two different radius. We have one from here and here. So the diameter equals 2 times radius, meaning it is twice as big as the radius. And you could have the same thing. There could be lots of different types of diameter. There and there. Now let's talk about, this is going to be our first shape we find the volume. Now when we talk about area, remember if I go back to the circle, it's a 2D shape. We're talking about everything, all that shape on the inside. When we talk about volume, we're still talking about the inside shape, but we're talking about all on the inside for our 3D figure. So this is a volume. We're talking about all of this. How much can it hold? So we're going to use a formula to find the volume. And that formula is volume equals pi r squared h. And our r equals radius. And our h stands for our height. So let's start with some examples. So we have two examples here. We're always going to use, unless it says otherwise, use 3.14 for pi. That is just a rounded number for pi we like to use. Now, remember that formula? You're always going to want to write it down. You're going to want to write it for every problem. You're going to want to write it always. Volume equals pi r squared h. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to identify what my r and what my height is. Now my radius, remember, is with my circle. This is not with a circle. My circle's right here, and it's halfway through. Okay, so I know my r equals 3, and my h equals 11. So my volume, I'm going to write down my formula, equals pi r squared h. Volume equals, now I'm just going to plug in what I know. So instead of writing pi, what do I use? 3.14, good. The 3.14. Now, what is my r? My r is 3, so I'm going to put that in parentheses 3 squared times my height, which is 11. Now, lucky for you, you guys all have your calculator. Just go to class or Google Calculator and just plug this whole entire thing in just how you see it, and you should get the volume equals 310.86 meters cubed. Because it's volume, we're going to say it's meters cubed because that is our unit. Now let me do another one.